Welcome back to the Guuuz Show. I'm your host, Brad Gazan. Sitting along next to me is Joe Fryhofer. Joe, how are we feeling, man?
Good, man. Chilling. Thrilled to be back. Had the parents in town this weekend, which was good.
Okay.
You ever been to Pizza before on the Beltline?
Never. No.
Great spot.
Really?
You walk
Okay.
up to this
Big
window
shout out.
Oh, it's great. You get this hot honey burrata fire. But yeah, man, super good. Feeling charged up for home opener this week as well. 4 matches in a row for the club. How about yourself? What did you get into?
I'm excited. I'm excited for the home opener. Had a little footy myself. My oldest, we were in Huntsville, Alabama for a few games. 2 big W's, 2 big wins. And so shout out to SSA and that club. You know, we made the trip over the border and came back with 2 wins. And so it was a good Saturday from that standpoint. And then on Sunday, we were off to softball and baseball.
Wow, man. Slam. MLS 360 appearance for you as well?
Yeah,
How'd that go?
Exactly. That was good. I don't know about the internet connection. Might have been a little iffy, but it was always good to chat to those guys and catch up with Dax and Bradley Wright Phillips and Kev and Kaylin. And so all those folks are good people. And so to be able to jump on that show, it was a good laugh. But I'm excited for the home opener, man. Like you said, it's going to be electric, the first of a few in a row. And so hopefully we can start picking up some points because I know that's on the minds of all of our supporters, all of our fans, and certainly on our minds as well.
Speaking of somebody who's going to have a big role in picking up those 3 points, Brad, who have we got for episode 3?
We have got our first player, and none other than Mr. Emmanuel Latte Lath.
Let's go.
How about that for a first player guest? It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Looking forward to it. All right, guys, we are back here on the Guuuz Show. I am your host, Brad Gazan. Sitting next to me to my left is Joe Fryhofer. And today we have a very special guest, the first of 2026, the first player to be on this podcast, Mr. Emmanuel Latte Lath. Manu, welcome to the show, dude. Thank you very much for being here.
You're welcome. Hi, everybody.
Yes. Joe, how awesome is it that we've got Manu here?
Manu's on fire.
Let's go.
Your defense is terrified. No, Manu, thank you so much for coming out. First podcast ever for you, did you say?
Yeah, I never did that.
Oh,
It's
my
the
God.
first time.
What do you
So
think?
it's
This
a pleasure
guy's
for
got-
him.
Hey, doing us a favor. Unbelievable. Ratings are going to spike. We appreciate you, man.
You're welcome.
Super excited that you're
Only
here.
for you, man.
Hey, listen, we've got to start off. Listen, we're 2 tough games. We're now back at home. How are we feeling? How are we feeling going back into the home opener at the
really
Mercedes-Benz Stadium?
exciting to play at home. It's been a long season and long wait. So it's time now for us also to have a first game at home, and I hope to take 3 points.
I love it. It's the stadium, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium is a place that obviously carries a lot of weight in terms of atmosphere, in terms of how iconic it is in world sport, right? I mean, you look at the events that we've had at that stadium. To be able to be a part of Atlanta United and play in a stadium like that, what's that like? Give our viewers, the experience from somebody that's relatively new to playing there.
I said many times I play in a lot of stadium, but like this one, the stadium, it's something like even to describe it's difficult because there is too many things going on in the stadium. The fans, the structure, it's a house inside the house. You know what I mean? So it's incredible.
That's amazing.
Manu, I wanted to ask you, of course, he's not in the locker room anymore, but he was for you. Such a leadership guy, that massive presence as well. I heard he used to take a lot of caffeine shots before you would go out there as well. Could you tell the 17s what's the craziest thing you've seen this guy do pre-match? Is he talking to himself? He's hitting his gloves?
No, pretty much he shout too much. He shout too much and he take Toradol. He take Toradol like I've never seen this in my life. But he's a good guy. Was give us a lot of energy. So we're missing that.
Hey, but you're the vibes guy. You're the vibes guy.
Right.
You're carrying these vibes.
But
you're a very subdued version right now because I see you in the hallway.
This is your show, so then I just give it to you.
Listen, the people want to hear about you. I see you in the hallway every morning, smile on your face. I see you walking around, good attitude, good energy. That's the vibes that it transpires throughout the team, throughout the guys that say, yeah, let's go and do something.
I'm trying to give it to everybody, because I know there is many things after football, so smile is free. So I'm trying to give a smile to everybody, but not everybody is like me. But I'm trying to to put out this smile to everybody. But
I like it. We need to cut that quote. Smiles are free. I like that.
Clip that.
Yes, 100%.
Manu, could you talk to us about your taste in music a little bit? Speaking of vibes, we saw you in preseason. You were singing in Tristan's ear nonstop some Adele, I think. 'Cause all of you. Come on, Manu. Give you a little song.
No. I'm out of the. I like to sing, but this was like the time I should sing down, So I pick it, but normally I'm more dancing man. I love to dance.
I can attest. His dance moves are.
Yeah, right now it's still
are good.
Yeah.
They're decent. They're decent.
Not decent. Not to say decent. Good.
No, decent. Let's say, until you dance on the show, they're decent. All right. So
I told you. He was waiting for that. He was waiting for me to dance. Yeah.
When you come back for episode 2, then
okay. That's fine.
You dance, then your level's gonna go up.
We go.
Sound good?
Yeah.
I love that. Listen, you've traveled the world. You speak so many languages. You're a guy that understands locker rooms. You've been around the world, like I mentioned. When you look back, long time down the road, when you're finished playing, what's something that you're gonna be most, I guess, proud of in terms of all of the experiences that you've had?
Like with all of experience I had, I'll be proud in one thing, then the fact I never give up. I play in, for example, in Italy, I play in the first league, second league, third league, and I get relegated for the fourth league. So, but I never give up. Like every year it was different for me. So every time I was saying, okay, you have to change something, and I was almost trying to going back to myself to think, okay, Manu, there is things we have to go back and restart again. So I restart every year. So this gave me a lot of power, a lot of now I'm a grown man. I have 2 kids, so there's a lot of things. So I think, but I think the never give up, because many people, they just see the phrase like never give up, but they really don't understand. Like they don't go deeper. Like when you feel it on your skin, it's different. So like I said, never give up, but really go deep in this world.
How are the kids doing?
They're good, man. They're great. They're growing, yeah.
It's the best. You come home from training, good or bad,
yeah.
You go home and...
I'm not sleeping too much, but, that's good, yeah.
Manu, could you tell us a bit more about your childhood? So you're from Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
You grew up watching a guy that he knows quite well, Didier Drogba as well. That was your idol growing up as well. How did you get into football? How did you start playing?
I started playing only watching football, because in Ivory Coast, you don't have, as a kid, you don't have a lot of things to do. The only thing you have is it's football. And I was watching football, Ivory Coast, especially Ivory Coast, because we were following like only Premier League. But, with the TV and stuff, you don't have possibility to watch it every time. So the only thing you had, it was the national team. So I grew like this only with Drogba. And I was playing in the street with my friends. This is the only I wasn't playing in the team, because my mom, my family doesn't have. They didn't have a possibility to send me to one club, So I started to play, and I was enjoying, with no pressure. I just enjoy football, and I get beat as well for this, because my mom, she wasn't like it. So, but it was good. And after we moved in Italy, because my father, when I was born, he went to Italy with his brothers, and we flew there. Me and my sister and my mom. And then I remember after a long time I saw my father, we went to one place with the ball, and he started with me to try to teach me football. And then he realized, you play with both feet. And then the next day he tried to bring me to another club, and I start football like that.
And so then you entered into the Atalanta
No,
Academy?
I entered, the first club is Esperia, is a small club in Cremona, where I live. And then I did 6 months, and after I went to Atalanta, yeah.
I can see as you're talking now too, what language do you think in or dream in? You have English, you have Spanish with your wife, Spanish here with the squad, French.
No, but now
what's it like up there?
Now I think in Italian now, because I passed my whole of my life more in Italy, so everything I think is in Italian, yeah. But at home, I speak French with my family. When I go back in Cremona, I speak French. At home with my wife, I speak Spanish. When I come here, I speak English. That's a
So
lot of
talented.
Crazy,
And,
yeah.
and what about when you were at Middlesbrough? What were you speaking up there?
I was speaking by
Trying to understand the
because
people of the Northeast.
the
of England.
accent was so in the beginning. And imagine I was in Switzerland, and I started to learn English there. You know, like the accent is different. It's much
Right.
easier for me. And I arrived there after 3 months. Immediately I say, and they start to say, all right, man. I said, what did you say? You know, so then I realized, you don't speak English, man. You have to restart again. So, yeah.
And talk slower.
Yeah,
talk
exactly.
slower, right?
Goodness, man.
Oh my goodness! You talked about obviously traveling the world, being all over the place. What are some of the things that I've got here? That are you a horseback rider? You like to ride
Look at that
horses?
smile.
Talk to me about this. I didn't know this.
You know,
I need to know about this.
This stuff, every time I say to my friends, they laugh because they don't trust me.
I think it's amazing.
But there is it started with, it was, I don't remember, it was 10, I guess. I was in the football camp with Atalanta. I was in the mountain in Italy. And there were 3 days. And they bring us to ride the horses. And since this day, I couldn't, I remember that since it was yesterday.
Yeah.
So from that, like when I have time, when I go back in Cremona, there is my friend, he has a horse, so we go every time and I ride it.
That's
And
amazing.
I love it, man. But I love to go fast, man. I don't go slow.
Hey,
On the pitch and in the countryside as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
exactly.
fast.
But what about when it comes to stopping? I mean,
Huh?
you're at the mercy of this beast of an animal.
It happens sometimes, some accident, but you know, it's okay.
Hopefully not severe.
Nah, but good. I love it.
That's so cool.
Manu, how's life been like in Atlanta? Of course, very different from where you grew up, from Italy as well. What are some of your favorite parts of the city of Atlanta?
Now we stay more in Bucket because the school of baby is closed, but we love to go in Piedmont Park. You know, especially for example, yesterday we did picnic here with the baby, so you know it's big, it's
A romantic.
freedom. Yeah, but you know, when you have to, you have to. So you know, Atlanta is a different culture from where I came. You know, I lived in a lot of as you said, the countries, but Atlanta is something I don't know, it's completely different. You know, so. Kind of you cannot compare to other ones, you know, so we like it. And I can say, like, in the beginning maybe it was a bit tougher because America is completely really different from where we came from, but now I can say we have our not routine, but we settle that, yeah. So
Like a bit of a schedule, right?
yeah,
like
exactly.
You get
Exactly.
into daily life,
exactly.
and you know what you're gonna do on this day.
Exactly.
And it becomes a little bit easier.
because also before when I was living in the other country, I was alone. So
Right.
now I have 2 babies and wife. So you know, life change. You have to routine. You
For
know,
sure.
you have to
Priority-
know
yeah.
also yourself
Exactly.
as a father. You know.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
No, you're spot on, and you know I think when you look at Atlanta, I'd never spent time here, and then coming here in 17 when I came to the club, it was pleasantly surprising in the sense of so many things to be able to do outside, right? And okay, we know it gets really hot in the summer, but being able to go to the park, take the kids and let them run around and get them out of the house, it's a game changer when you're in a climate where you have these outdoor activities. Some of these other places, when it's too cold for too long throughout the year, you're stuck in the house. Exactly. And you're like, oh my goodness, there's nothing to do. And you start to go stir crazy.
Two dads in here. This is like the unction right now. I don't even know what to say.
Hey, come on. There's no need for that. There's no need for that.
Manu, if you think to what it's been like under Tata Martino so far, how would you describe his managerial style and what it's been like working with him?
I can say he's kind of a mentor because he wants to take out of the brave things we have inside. Because I think his first impression, it was like looking the past. We was playing without this kind of brave things. So he tried to take out this be brave in the game, like to do things, to try to create things. So I call him more like a mentor than like a coach. Yeah.
I remember when I first came in 17, he was the manager, and you know, I had only ever used my right foot for standing, and he was like, "Oh, play with your right foot, play with your right foot." I'm thinking, I can't play with my right foot. I've never used my right foot. And all of a sudden I start doing it in training, and then you start doing it in games, and it gives you that confidence to go and try things, right? To believe in yourself and say,
to be brave, because before you wasn't be brave to play with your right. So it's something small, but in the end it gives you big things, you know. But you have to catch that. That's that's why we're here to try.
For sure. How excited are you for the World Cup?
Oof.
Yeah.
World Cup, I can write a book for this. I'm really excited because, and honestly, Ivory Coast as well is coming after long years they didn't qualify. So I'm excited, nervous as well, and ready.
How are they gonna do? How are we feeling? How confident are we?
High.
Yeah. Okay.
High.
I feel like every time they are in one of these big tournaments, they always somehow find a way. Yeah, they show themselves in such a positive way, and so I feel
but I think also for us, for as Ivorian, to pass the pools will be something good because we never passed them. So it will something. It will be something important for us as well. So.
The challenge is
by
there.
step.
The challenge is there.
I was going to say, I grew up with some absolute ballers, too. Like, you think of Yaya Toure, some of the goals he used to score. Wilfred Boney as well, too.
Boney,
like, there is some class in that country, and it feels like there's some real hype.
Drogba, don't forget
Drogba!
All these guys just, as I watch the ball go flying past me, you know? It's not good memories. No, unbelievable players that have come out of there, and, you know, to have you on the show, one of those iconic players, not only for world football, but here at Atlanta United. We're so thankful for you being here, man. Excited for the home opener. And I can't wait to have you back on episode 2 when you're going to show off your dancing moves.
Soon.
I love it. Thanks, Manu.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.
My man.
Let's go, brother.
Thank you.
So, Jay,
hey, come get me in 2 minutes.
That's caught over there.
Hey, you still have time to run, bro. Go.
No, say it. Close that door. Close that door. Hey, let's go. Jay, welcome to the show. What a surprise. Yes. This is unbelievable.
First one.
Honestly, we went from first player straight into second player. Jay, was today a significant day?
Today was quite significant. I cannot lie.
Talk to us. Tell our viewers why today was significant. I'm pretty sure I know why. I took a glimpse outside the window, and I saw a certain someone out involved in the session.
Yeah, I think this was my first full team session in 9 months.
Let's go. Let's go.
Bro.
I love it, dude. That's the best news I've heard all day.
Yeah, it felt great. It's been a very long time.
Nice.
Yesterday I did a little bit of work with the guys that didn't play as much in the last game. Been training with the twos last couple of weeks, and today was the first full session. And right now, we feel good. Y'all, you know, when you go home and
see how sore he is tomorrow. He's like,
exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Nah, I'm chilling, man. I'm having a great time.
Do they give you a little tunnel of honor? You get some wax on that? No, straight in.
I just kind of snuck in.
They spared you, bro.
Hey, we gotta make sure we gotta let him know for tomorrow.
We can do a little mini one right here on the door if you want.
We'll send a message.
We'll send
tunnel for Jay tomorrow.
Exactly.
Smacked on the back
Guys
of the
won't be
head.
seeing
That's
me.
awesome, man. So far in your incredibly young career, is this the longest you've been away and been able to take a step back and be like, wow, look how far I've come? Did you have that moment at all where you can kind of like be in third person and think about everything so far?
Yeah, it was a lot of like just being on my own and just thinking, a lot of thoughts. And one thing I will say, it really does show how much I enjoy doing this. Not being able to do it for so long was tough, and now that I'm able to do it again, it's just like a whole new set of thoughts, feelings, happiness, just sinking back in. And, you know, it was tough just watching, not even from a result standpoint, but just not being able to be out there with my teammates and being able to play. And now that I'm back training a little bit, just want to get healthy, get fit, and just help out any way possible. But there was a lot of reflecting and a lot of thinking about how the last few years have been. And there's been a lot of progress, which I'm happy about. I hope he would agree that there's been some progress.
TBD. No. Certainly been progress. And what I would say is, you know, from my experience, right, with my Achilles, it's it's exactly what you said, right? It gives you a new outlook on what you love, and you don't realize how much you love it until someone takes it away, and you have such an appreciation for turning up for training. They say it's going to be a fitness day. Doesn't matter. Like, I want to do the fitness. I want to make sure that by the end of it, I'm feeling terrible, and in the sense of I completed the session. You know, those are all feelings that before you'd be like, oh, I can't believe we're doing this today, or I don't want to do that. When you come back from a long-term injury, you have a different outlook on the session itself, and then just a greater appreciation for being able to do that. And I think you need that sometimes, especially when I did it. I was, a much older player than Jay, and in that moment, it helped me reflect and understand how lucky I truly was to be able to do what I love. So that when I was going to come back, and hopefully, I would, and ultimately I did, it just allowed me to have that appreciation, and I'm glad that you use this time in a positive way, because I think there's so many players sometimes that don't use it in a positive way, right? They're so negative about it. They want to be doing this. They want to be doing that. It's not going the way they wanted, and then it becomes almost a negative instead of turning that into a positive.
Yeah, I think for me, having like a positive support system, a great support system. My family was great during this. Teammates were great during this. Yeah, teammates.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, Jay, don't be shy. You know what I mean?
Nah, everybody was great during this. They gave me different things to think about, to do, to keep my mind off of what was going on. And I think for me, being able to turn it into a positive thing, like Brad said, was a huge factor in it. Because I'll tell you from now, I don't really like running. that's not on the field.
That's crazy.
That's not football related running. Anything that's just go run outside for 20 minutes, I got respect people that do that. But when it comes to playing and training, I'll do it any day of the week now. So it's like, it's great.
Jay, I've got the zoomies that you're in here, so I want to ask you about a story that you've told me before that I think the fans would love. Can you tell everybody about your Manchester City origin story when you were over there for your brother? I don't even know if this guy knows this.
I don't.
This isn't a story a lot of people know.
Deep cut, Jay. Let's go.
Breaking news.
Breaking
news on the Guuuz and show.
It's not breaking. It was a while ago, but yeah, my brother went to Manchester City to train for a tryout. And as a family, my mom, my dad, myself, we all went to go over there, and it was for him. So I was just there as a supporting brother, as I always am. And they had like a little camp that's going around, it's kind of stuff that we do here. And a coach asked me if I wanted to join it. I didn't come with any boots or anything. I was just chilling. And at that age, you just want to play. So I just told my dad, like, yeah, I'll do it. So they ended up going in the back and finding some boots that were 2 sizes too small. Didn't bother me. Just threw them on, and so started playing, and things were going pretty good. It was the first time hearing an English accent. They were asking me, like, am I good, or do I know how to play or anything like that? And I was just like, I think so. I'm a quiet kid now. I was even quieter back then. So
what age are we talking here?
Might have been like 7.
Okay.
7 or 8, I think.
Okay.
Wow, bro.
I'll have to fact check that, but I was young.
That's all right. We'll go with it.
We got our team.
I trust
with it. So started off great. Just running around because I was pretty decent back then, and it was a camp.
Wonder kid, come on, dog.
7 years old, Tooting his own horn over here.
That's what I said. I said back then, Started off it was a camp, so not everybody there was like playing or whatever, and time started going by, and coaches started walking by and just watching, and from there they said, yo, come hop in our U8 session, like our actual academy or whatever age it was. And I think within an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, I was training 4 age groups higher than
Let's
what I
go.
was. And like I said, I wasn't there for me. It was there for my brother, and he was doing good, but the rest of the trip, I ended up showing up training with their academy as well. But he did good, I did good, but at that age, I had to come back home at some point in time. So I had a great time while I was training over there, and I came back here, and now life is great with the A on the chest. So
love that. And then to progress through the academy here into the first team.
Yeah,
what does that mean to be able to wear that badge and be able to represent this city?
Yeah, it's it's a great feeling. Whenever you walk on the field, it provides something different versus not someone who's not in the academy. And my time in the academy wasn't easy. It wasn't always great. Always had positive moments. There's a lot of downsides as well, which you can expect in any career. For me, I was always the last kid to try and to get the bump up to the next level. You know, it's when you're U17, you always want to play with the U19s. I was always the last kid that got called up to the 19s, and from there you want to go to the USL, and I was always the last kid that called up there. But you know, I remember talking with my dad plenty of times, and he's like, just show up every day with a smile on your face, keep working hard, and at some point in time, things will start to show. And you know, one day it happened. They asked me if I wanted to go to college and try and come back through the draft, and I said no. I mean, I'll take a risk with myself. I'll take an opportunity, and it paid off. So I think when you have those type of stories that it wasn't always great, it wasn't always easy, and you kind of see how it pays off and where you are now, it's not where I want to end. You know, I always want to keep being better and keep pushing myself, but it provides a whole new outlook on where I'm at now, and it's a grateful feeling because it wasn't always easy, but it's kind of built me into the person I am now, and kind of adds that extra bit of toughness and grit to every time I step out on the field. So it was great.
We know there's so much more ahead in your career, both, you know, professionally and individually, and you know, that's an inspiring story for so many kids, whether it's our academy or just young players in general. You know, listening to this podcast and hearing that story, it gives me goosebumps, because I always feel that those are the kids that, you know, they've got a little chip on their shoulder, something to prove. It says, okay, like, just give me an opportunity. That's all I want. All I want is an opportunity, whether I'm first or I'm last, and just get me in the door, and then I'm going to prove myself. And you've proved yourself every step of the way, and to go, you know, I know it wasn't easy, but to go through those stages, like you said, it's made you stronger, it's made you who you are, and it's helped build the player that you are today, and that's only going to continue to grow and become better and better as the years go on. So thank you for sharing that story, man.
Jay, we always know you're up to cool stuff around the city outside of the game, of course. We saw you, I think it was a Vibe match not too long ago, right? Was that a couple weeks back?
Love volleyball, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep, the new squad. Got you.
Yeah, I got my volleyball knowledge, you know. I got to teach people nowadays.
You play?
Me?
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I'm a one-sport type of guy.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Now, I dabble in other sports on a gaming standpoint, but from what I can do in person.
What about ping pong?
It's not really my thing.
Okay.
I can get the ball on the other side. I can play ping pong, but I'm not playing no professional ping pong type of thing. Okay. You know, it's just I stick to my lane. I think that's something we gotta do a little bit more. Stick with what we're good at. You know, I feel like that's a great thing.
Well, are you trying to reference like us trying this whole podcast thing out?
Nah, you like to talk, man.
What?
You like to talk.
What? You say that in a bad way?
No.
All right.
Do you like to talk?
I mean, if I'm gonna be heard, then then sure.
I always go back to the first time I trained with Brad.
Oh, here we go.
Get into it.
Cut the show now.
Let's go.
Don't listen to anything this guy says. From here on out, it's all lies.
This was a moment in time where second team, we used to come up, help first team train and stuff like that. A bunch of kids just walking up in shin guards, tall, long socks, everything that you weren't really used to. And they're doing set pieces the day before a game. And I'm just standing at the back post, chilling, not bothering anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really involved.
But you are involved.
I'm involved, but I'm not really involved.
You're involved. You're part of the session.
I'm part of the session. Yes.
Yes.
So I'm standing at the back post, just waiting for the ball to get delivered in from a wide free kick. Brad just out of nowhere. Who's got this weasel at the back post? So I'm sitting here like, bro, he can't be talking about me. This is one of the first times Brad doesn't know me. I don't know. Brad could have just.
I knew him.
Also, of all the things, weasel is foul.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Pulling that out.
Brad could have just said, "Who's got the guy at the back post?"
Hey,
simple as that.
Listen.
Out of all the words in the English
build
language,
character, Joe.
Out of all the words in
English,
English,
he
he goes to a weasel.
Look at you now.
So
flourishing. I mean, unbelievable.
I haven't been called a weasel since I was like 9. Like, how do you? I don't even know people
highlight
call
of the
that.
academy. Up with training with the first team.
Like Brad's been around England,
Sure.
MLS for a while, U.S. national team. You're telling me the best word he could have used was weasel? Like, but anyway, right? So I'm sitting here like, okay.
Hey, and listen,
need
you
for that.
remember that story to this day, and you think, you know
Also,
what? Yeah.
Did you think about clapping back at him in that moment?
Me?
Yeah. He called you a weasel.
He
You
was
were
the
like,
talk of the academy. I had to make sure.
Okay.
I had to make sure, you know? And look at
He-
now,
Talk-
star on the first team.
He talking about we did another day free kicks. I'm whipping him. Brad's cheating, and
Cheating what?
Brad's standing in like the PK spot already.
No,
so
it's
I
not true.
I look at Diego. I go.
Everyone knows I'm
I go,
definitely not
Diego.
outside the 6, so everyone knows
I
this
think
is a
I think
sto-
I
this
think
is a
Rob
lie.
was there. This was training. No one
Nah,
sees
this
it.
is a lie.
Because he knows I got to cross him in. They tell us what to do. So I go to Rob. I go, yo, can I shoot? He's cheating. And Rob's like, nah, let's not do it yet or whatever. The next one, Diego comes across. This is back when Gonzo was coaching. Diego comes, shoot. He's cheating. I said, oh, bet. Put the ball down.
Bet.
I shoot. It barely almost goes in.
All,
Got
hey,
cussed out in all different
exactly.
ways possible. I'm sitting. So
Wait,
Diego's
almost
nowhere
goes
to
in
be.
because I saved it?
No, you didn't.
They go wide?
Yeah,
You missed the target?
Yeah, I missed
Did you
the
miss
target.
the target?
I shot from like 30.
Hey, that's why he plays midfield.
Brad's just rooted
That's
to the
why he
spot.
plays midfield.
So Brad starts cussing me. I look at Diego like, Diego, help me out here. You told me to shoot. Rob's nowhere to be found. Diego's nowhere to be found. It's just, but nah, it was. There's always fun moments with Brad, man.
Good times. Good
Always
times.
good. It'll be missed. That's for sure.
What do you mean? I love
On
the
the
fact
field.
that you pop in here just to come say hi.
Oh yeah.
and-
By the way, this wasn't planned. I'm not supposed to be talking right now. Look,
No,
it says
you
"Welcome
are.
Latte Lath" at the bottom of my screen. Right now. so I'm not supposed to be here. I was just coming to say what's up, and I
No.
got
Hey,
coerced
because
into hopping
you
on.
miss us that much that you said, I'm gonna go say what's up. I'm gonna join the
Yeah,
show.
I
So
came to say what's up to Brad.
you are always welcome on this show, Jay.
I appreciate it, man.
We
It's
we
a-
appreciate you stopping by. I know this is over. It's late for you.
It is. What
It's
time you got?
Late for you. Get home, rest those legs. All right.
Yeah, I
you
got
got
a big day of
another
training
full
tomorrow.
day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Excited to see you back out on the field. Can't wait to see you back in the match day squad, terrorizing the opposition over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
the weasel.
plan.
He's back.
Yeah,
weasel.
that's not sticking, by the way.
Nah, it is. It is
But
now.
that's
It is
not
now.
sticking.
Joe just said it.
I'll tell you guys from now. You guys won't see me in front of a camera ever again if I hear the weasel come out.
Hey,
I'm just saying straight up.
TBD.
If I see it anywhere, I'm just
Jay,
yeah, it's cooked.
pleasure, my man.
Legend.
Appreciate it.
Legend.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Let's go.
And Joe, what a fantastic day here on the show. Episode 3 in the books. I know before we close out, we've got a few people that have decided to chime in and reach out to us via social as well as BG Show at atlutd.com and let us know their thoughts, a couple questions. What do we got for us?
Yeah, a few people's in a lot of few. Shout out to all you guys for the notes. First one comes from Jesus10. He'd like to ask you, Brad, do you watch UFC? And if so, favorite fighter?
UFC. You know what? I watch it. I enjoy it from a martial arts standpoint. Favorite fighter? I don't know if there's anyone current, but I'm going to go with Conor McGregor. Only from the standpoint I enjoy his charisma. I enjoy his personality. His confidence in himself is unbelievable. It is unmatched. I know it's been a minute since he's last fought. But yeah, I'm going to say Conor McGregor just because of the way he carries himself. I like it.
Zilf would like to ask you, is a hot dog a sandwich? Yes or no?
Who'd that come from?
Zilf?
Right.
Our
Okay.
guy Zilf?
Interesting. Is a hot dog a sandwich? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no, it's not. And I'm going to say it's a hot dog.
Okay.
What are your thoughts? What are you saying?
It is also not. If a sandwich fundamentally needs 2 slices of bread,
Right.
a hot dog is
Bun.
it's connected.
Correct.
It's one.
Yeah.
That's not a sandwich. Thank you, Zilf, for the question, by the way.
Would that be considered like a hoagie?
Well, what's a hoagie then?
I don't know. I feel
Isn't
like,
that just a type of sandwich with a type of bread?
isn't
Like a hoagie roll, you know?
yeah, like
oh, but a roll
like
is
a roll.
bun.
Yeah, it's a bun.
How much time we got?
I don't know. On to the next. On to the next.
Coach Josh Alcala would like to ask you, Brad, how's your ping pong game these days?
Ooh, ping pong game.
Marty Supreme 2.0?
Not great. Who was that question from?
Josh Alcala? Coach Josh Alcala?
I think I went to college with him.
What?
I think I played
Coach
college.
Josh?
I believe so. Yeah.
Did I say that right?
I think so. If that's what it says. We're going to go with it. Ping pong game, not great. Leave that to the other guys in the locker room. We've got some really talented ping pong players in that locker room.
Does anybody play backhand, like where you hold it upside down and go like this?
Clicky used to play like that. Yeah, he used to hold it some funky way, and I'm like, what are you doing? You don't look like you actually know what you're doing. And he was really good, surprisingly.
Crazy. Next one is from Josh Burr, who'd like to ask you, what is your favorite sports moment of all time? That is such a tough question.
Oh, that is a tough question.
All time?
Of all time?
Yeah. Of all sport. Ever.
I don't know if I have. I mean, how do you narrow that down? Do you is he saying like in my career? Is he saying when I was 7 years old and had a home run in baseball, like
which would count? Yeah,
or growing up in Chicago watching the Bulls win a double three-peat? I mean, the options are endless, really. MLS Cup is certainly up there. Yeah, I'm gonna go with MLS Cup just because of what it meant to the city, what it meant to the club. I remember, like I said on a previous episode, the parade afterwards, unbelievable scenes.
Malachi Simpson would like to ask you, who was somebody that you looked up to growing up?
Being from Chicago, from a sports perspective, I looked up to the GOAT. And now, listen, I know it might be a generational thing, and a lot of people talk about who the current GOAT is and all these things. It's Michael Jordan. Everybody, it's Michael Jordan, the one and only. What he did when on a basketball court, what he did for the city of Chicago. Being a kid growing up during that time, I was very lucky. So to be able to watch him play and perform and compete, and then to be able to watch the documentary. Was it a couple of years ago? It comes out, and watching that and the behind the scenes, I was like, yeah, this guy's the real deal.
Final one for Mailbag here on the Guuuz Show is from Davis Hackler, who'd like to ask you, what was your favorite match to play in out of all of the matches from the 2018 MLS Cup winning season?
I mean, I don't know if I actually remember all of the games. I'm going to go ahead and say MLS Cup. But I think when I look back on that season, what I remember the most is our ability to attack and just go at will and attack teams. And we're winning games, 4-0, 5-0, 5-1. Like it was nonstop. We were relentless in the attack, and we'd go from building up and a bit, nerve-wracking in the back to next thing you know, the ball's in the back of the net and we're celebrating. We're like, yeah, okay, like we that's exactly how we drew it up. A little bit in the back, a little nervous, and then boom, ball's in the back of the net and we're celebrating. So, that season it was fantastic in terms of just going forward.
To think about how high that line was sometimes too, like you think of that tackle that Parkey won in the Cup final too, that high up. Which, by the way, fans at home, Michael Parkhurst.
I know, Parkey. Answer your phone.
We've heard.
Answer your phone. No, he has answered. Get on that plane. Get on that plane.
And with that has been Mailbag on the Guuuz Show for episode 3.
And Joe, that about wraps it up for episode 3 here on the Guuuz Show. I mean, unbelievable episode. Thankful for not only Manu, but just everyone from the club that has been so supportive of this podcast, what it means. Excited to be able to go into Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the home opener. I know the fans, the supporters are going to be behind the team, letting their voice be heard. We need to make sure we get this thing back on track, and I know there's no better place to do it.
Yeah, 4 in a row is going to be really special. Shout out to all you guys as well for so many of the great questions, for watching along. This has been such a blast. We're thinking about getting a doorbell on the door at this point. I think we need a Ring camera for how many guests are just pulling up out of nowhere.
I love it.
So you never know what you're going to get on the Guuuz Show, and it just keeps on getting more and more fun every week.
Just roll with it. But on to episode number 4. Appreciate it, guys. Always a pleasure.
Peace.